painting, painting. Always doing some painting. But you can see there's a little mini thing there, right? And that is because I'm going to start this one out on a high note or a low note with a little clip from a movie that has rapidly become one of my favorite movies that I've seen in years. And it's such a, I mean, it's actually like four movies that are all kind of strung together with the same characters in it. But let's not stand on whatever. Let's do this thing. So, man, I really do like this movie called Sinners.
Was a stout black thorn for to banish ghosts and goblins. A brand new pair of brogues to rattle over the bar and frighten
Hey,
all
hey.
the dark.
Let's get back inside.
The rocky road
Come on.
to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, in the merry month of May, from me home I started, left the girls of Doom were nearly broken hearted. Salute to Father dear, kissed me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, my grief and tears to smother, then off to reap the corn, leave where I was born, cut a stout black dawn to banish ghosts in Dublin's brand new pair of roads, rattling over the bogs, frightened all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The hare and turner down the rocky road, and all the way to Dublin. The boys are Liverpool, safely landed on the Santa like him along the strand of bloody Canterbury. There I was losing all every time, taking down a piece of the rock, and so says I, the merry island life, going by the rise, all on the with the laugh, hooray, join in your brave, we can clear the way on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the merry Dublin, on the rock road, and all the way to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the merry Dublin, down the rock road, and all the way to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From the merry Dublin, down the rock road, and all the way to
Yeah, that is such a good movie. But yeah, University of Kentucky. I'm actually originally from Kentucky, even though I live down here in the, some people would say the penis of America. I should do that, right? Florida, the Free State. Um, Probably be moving back to Kentucky soonish. But I am from Eastern Kentucky, so a mountain man, mostly. And by mostly, I mean, yeah. I grew up in the hills, very near to like the Cumberland River and all that. That used to be a whole thing. Is my brother, who's currently up in Tennessee, we would always go walk through the woods from our house. It was about a 10-mile walk, and we'd go down fishing in the Cumberland, spend the night, hunt geodes, and all that sort of stuff. I miss it. I miss it quite a bit. And also, I believe our boys, the Wildcats, beat the shit out of the Tide this year, so that's good too. Because every now and then those guys need to be humbled. You know, it is what it is. So, yeah, that movie though, Sinners, good movie actually. Like it starts out and you're like, what am I watching? It's 1930s Mississippi, and there's all this bullshit going on, and then the next thing you know, vampires. And that's not really a spoiler. Anybody can find out about that, but yep. So I think I'm going to paint this Otherworld miniature skeleton since I've had it for goodness only knows how long, and I've never painted it. I painted its armor leather color, and now that I'm looking at it, I don't care for that. because it's obvious that that's not leather armor, that's padded armor, quilted armor. And then he's got chainmail, coif, and Aventel. So I'm thinking I need to put a couple colors on him, you know? What would be good colors for an undead man at arms? I mean, I could go with one single color, or I could try and get fancy and do something a little different. Could paint him up like a Christmas tree. I could paint him green and red. At some point, this could be good practice because at some point I'm going to have to paint up. Well, I always say have to. I don't have to, but I'm going to want to paint up my Barons War figures. So I'm going to go through the all the different heraldries and find what I would consider a good guy heraldry, which would be, you know, the people who are fighting against King John, and paint up some of my figures. Now I'm pretty lucky. I ended up being lazy, and you can't see them, but I bought the shield transfers for a lot of the different 11th century British nobles that were involved in that. So that'll be good. At least I've got the shield transfers handled. You know what a good green could be, honestly, is Sons of Horus. Even though it's actually like supposed to be an ocean green, I like it. I like it, brother. So you decide to go back to WoW so you could build yourself a house? Is that what's going on? I just got off the phone with my dad. You know, the one that took me and you out to lunch that one time. Pretty good time. Look at this guy. He comes in and says hi, and then he never responds again. What an asshole. Freaking puckered asshole over here. You know, I shouldn't curse like that. So, anyway, so far I've got a couple of armies I need to paint for the Barons War stuff. I mean, since I plan on automatically painting a rebel army, I'm going to probably have to. I don't really care about the house stuff. Oh, it's the only reason I would ever even consider going back to that stupid game is to see the house stuff. Otherwise, it's really just the same bullshit. I mean, it's like I told everybody back when we played Dark Age of Camelot, and everybody was like, "Oh, I'm going to WoW," and I was like, "That game sucks." And people didn't listen, and they all went to WoW, and then I was left all alone in my Dark Age of Camelot, which then eventually died. And you know what? Ever since then, I've kind of not liked WoW very much. Yeah, it's so fun that you quit after playing it for a month every time. Oh, somebody in there talking about Billie Eilish. Yeah. It's what she gets for doing one of those lame ass Canadian style land acknowledgement bullshits uh, for virtue points. This is like, oh, okay, you're gonna do a land acknowledgement? Well, you've got a $4 million mansion setting on, you know, what used to be Indian land. That's fucking brilliant. Jeez, what a good idea. You know, it's like, that's a great idea. You should do that. Surely nobody will notice the hypocrisy. You know, I'd like to do a land acknowledgement, though. I mean, I am sending these messages out from my home in Florida, and I'd like to acknowledge that this is my land, and I don't care who owned it 200 years ago because it don't matter. And anyone who wants to whine about can kiss my ass. And all the land I own in Kentucky, same thing. I don't care who owned it in the past. My people have lived there since 1680, around, or 1640. So, yeah. If somebody were to come up on my hillside talking about this used to be my land, I'd tell them to get on before things got really bad. And just the Indians, they need to understand the last time they tried to play Cowboys and Indians didn't work out. And if they try to come up on my property and play Cowboys and Indians, you know what? It's not going to work out. I can let them know that right off the bat. Not going to work out for you boys. Go on to wherever, but 400 years ago, my people came across that freaking gap into what was then Virginia territory, the Crown Colony of Virginia, and basically ran off or killed anybody who tried to stop them from building their house, and it's been ours ever since. So I acknowledge nothing. Tired of it. Stop with all the lame land acknowledgement bullshit. All you're doing is feeding into stupidity, right? I mean, I would understand maybe a little bit better the land acknowledgement if like it went every way, like if every time some Turkish guy got up to speak, they had to stop and acknowledge that the land they were on had once been the Eastern Roman Empire and they'd conquered it. And what's up, Big James? How you doing, homie? But the land acknowledgement shit only goes one way. So I reject it entirely. And Billie Eilish deserves to be made fun of for so many other reasons than the land acknowledgement bullshit. There's so many reasons to make fun of that horrible little troll, little goblin. I mean, I would make fun of her for her incredibly weird relationship with her older brother. That's one thing you can make fun of. Yeah. So it's like, God. Political activists. I'm just sick of them. I need to get more of this metallic, man. So, Hungar, do you have any intentions of joining your brother, or are you just going to roach out? I actually think this guy's going to look really good. But anyway, are you ignoring me, Hungar? Because if you are, my phone's right here. I will call our mom. I will tell her you're being a jerk. And then the next time Mark comes down and wants to take us out for lunch, I'll be like, not that one, though. I'll be like, he don't actually really love us. I might even sing some maps, Wait, Haas don't love you like I love you. Wait, Haas don't love you like I love you. Wait, he don't love you like I love you. Yeah, I actually like that band. I can't remember the name of them, but I like it. I mean, basic bitch. I like it in the basic bitch way. Like, I don't know anything like that somebody could consider to be like a deep dive into that band. But like the more popular songs they put out, yeah, I like them. Like Heads Will Roll. I think Heads Will Roll is eating lunch. Every time I talk to you, you're either sleeping or eating. My God, how long does it take you to eat lunch? You should have been done by now. The fuck are you eating for lunch? A whole turkey? 3 hams? Come on. Like, I throw some bologna on some bread, wolf it down. I'm done. I mean, now that Bear's not showing up and doing his own thing, I'm going to have to start having you be my new go-to man to have on the channel and bullshit around with. Off with your head. Dance with the dead. I think who was it? I think Elon Musk posted on X that all of our problems that we have going on today stem from allowing women to vote. I'm sure a lot of people were pretty mad about that, but I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I don't detect any lies there. Takes as long as it takes. You know what the difference between me and a wizard is, Haas? I'll wait for you to answer because, I'm a nice guy like that. If Franklin moves into Billie Eilish's house. Those Franklin memes are pretty spicy, some of them. I bet you could end up going to prison if you lived in England and you got caught posting some of those Franklin memes. Yeah, I might want to, but I'm not going to. You know why? Because I don't need to. And the reason I don't need to is because my mother gifted me with a brother and a best friend. And he needs to stop being a bitch. Sometimes you got to do stuff you might not really want to do. And I'm afraid, my brother, I am calling in a tab on your ass. This is going to be that time. You may not like it. You will learn to love it. You need to do what your brother says. Oh, the difference between me and a wizard is a wizard shows up exactly when they mean to, right? I show up exactly when I want to. That's right. Yes. See, that's a reason to keep you around. It's like anytime I don't know a band, you always do. So, yeah. So, yeah, from now on, I think I'm going to demand, because you're my brother, that you show family loyalty and solidarity, and you freaking show up for at least a little bit on every stream. And yes, a little bit, more than 10 minutes. You know, I mean, it's sad that I got to call in a marker on your ass to get you to even want to hang out with your brother, you know? Well, I got good news. You won't be on every day because about once or twice a month I skip a day or two. So it'll only be every day except for maybe once or twice a month. But we got stuff we could be chatting about that would be a lot more entertaining than me trying to remind you of familial obligation. You know, promises made, like how you'd always have my back and always, be there to help me out with whatever I was doing, no matter what. And for the most part, you've been a solid guy, but this is a situation where you need to up your game, I think. Yeah, I don't want to do a lot of things either, but I do. Especially if my brother wanted me to do something. You know. Hungar's the kind of guy that eats a banana with a fork and a knife. Even worse, he eats pizza with a fork and a knife. See, we got stuff to talk about today, too. This is the day we should definitely be talking. See? The Jewish grandma's guilt trip works again.
No, I finished lunch. And nigga, I love you more than any man loves any other man on the planet.
I don't know. I think that Don Lemon loves his husband a lot.
Nah, I love you more. No homo.
Well, we're brothers, so I mean.
But I'm not going to stream every day. This is your thing. I don't want to step on your toe.
You know what bothers me a lot?
What's that?
When you tell me what you're not going to do, I'll forcefully, like you're the big brother.
I'm not telling you forcefully. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, and I'm telling you as your big brother that if I need you to, you will.
Sanction me with your army.
What?
You heard me?
I'll sanction you with these bones.
I sanction you with mama.
If I told mom what you're up to, she would back me.
if you told Mom that for some reason I don't feel like streaming every day because I don't like being online, she'd be on your side.
Yep. Because she said, look, he only wants to hang out with you because he loves you, and it's only like 20 or 30 minutes. Come on.
Your phone, your fingers, and your phone both work.
Yeah, but it's so much cooler like talking to you here. So, yeah, you joining me, that'd be real cool of you.
I love you, nigga. That's why I'm here.
I know. Plus, I'm really good at guilt tripping.
Nah, because I know how to ignore that. I've been married.
Yeah, right. So, are you going to join us tonight?
If you would look at your message, I texted and asked if we have game tonight.
We do, and my brother-in-law, if he figures out how to join the Discord, will be joining too. He's really like stoked, and he wants to I mean, you're halfway through, or who knows how far through, really, depending on what you knuckleheads do, this adventure.
Come on, man.
And he is not had a good role-playing game in so many years that now that he's in this role-playing game, he is freaking stoked.
Yeah, my 5e game died.
Of course it did. That's what 5e games do.
Well, it was a bunch of drama with the players.
Like I said, they did a poll a while back about what the average length of a 5e game was, and it was like 6 games.
Yeah.
There's freaking the All-American.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep. Let's see if this time I was streaming earlier using Restream and it worked out fine. So let's see if it still likes me. If it'll kick me off your thing or not.
Roll the dice.
Yeah.
Roll
It's weird
those
because
dice.
yeah, because it seems to like be hit and miss if I use Restream on my phone or not. Because I had to for my live stream earlier this morning because my hotspot decided to use all of its 100 gigs in a week.
What were you streaming about this morning?
It was just my UltraCast show I do with a bunch of different guys, and we just talk about like this week we do bi-weekly pop culture and news stuff, and then we switch it out, and then we switch it out with a campaign we're doing.
Yeah, I saw your video the other day where you were showing off some stuff you had gotten.
Oh yeah, I got the Portal to Adventure box earlier. Was it this week? Yeah, it was earlier this week. I got it,
Yeah.
I released a video recently showing it all off.
Right, I saw the one where you were showing it off.
Yeah, because I had to pre-record that one so I could show off all the stuff. I wouldn't be able to sit down and do that one very well because the box is big.
Yeah,
a lot of great stuff though in it.
Got a female knight over here. I'm just putting some primer on. Hungard dropped again. His internet sucks.
Oh, yeah.
That or he disconnects himself just randomly, and he's being a little bitch.
Yeah. Oh,
he's back. See, I was thinking when I leave Florida, maybe Tennessee was an option, but if the internet in Tennessee is so shitty, I don't want to move there.
I heard that. Fuck you, bitch.
I would love to have internet out here if it wasn't so expensive.
Also, it turns out that the great Commonwealth of Kentucky has lowered their state income tax.
You know it's better than a lower state income tax?
No state income tax?
Exactly.
That would be better.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. That would be better.
Well, I mean, Florida, we don't got one. And they're talking about getting rid of property tax too. But Yeah,
First
I talked
responders.
to our pops this morning. He said since they're lowering the income tax so much, he really wants to see if he can get you to move up there, but he's
It
not
depends.
pushing. He's not pushing the issue.
It depends on the wife because the last time we calculated it, she'd end up paying like $30,000 a year in taxes, and we just don't want to pay that.
You know, you could do what I do and just invest heavily into your IRAs and then deduct that investment from your earned income, which would lower your taxes significantly.
Yeah. Well,
Daniel
the
J.
boys.
Price, what's up, our OSR princesses? No, a long time ago, I was deemed the Grand Bishop of the OSR. I think it's because I sometimes talk religious stuff too much.
We got
And the
an older
boys
guy on
both
my.
got jobs.
We got an older guy on my Ultracast crew that he's been around. He's an older guy, older than most of us, and I call him because I use part of his Discord name. He calls himself it's the powerful silencer of the Alamo, but I call him the powerful silencer of the OSR, just because he's been around for so long and he's played so much.
Well, I mean, I can tilt this a little bit.
And then we've been focusing
of OSR.
Oh yeah, I still need to read through the PDFs I got. I haven't had a chance to do that yet.
If you know anything about AD&D, OD&D, whatever, then you're going to recognize so much.
Yeah, that's what my buddy Matthew Tapp, the creator of Bears of Borderlands, said too. Arborea is one of his favorite RPGs as well.
Yeah. But the main reason I love it so much is just the setting and the source material they based it on. It's like if AD&D, if you could say, and I think it's fair to say, AD&D was based on Fritz Leiber, Vance, and Tolkien, then Hyperborea is based on Howard, Lovecraft, and Clark Ashton Smith. So it's a totally different vibe, you know what I mean? While still being basically old school role-playing game.
Yeah.
But the vibe is totally different.
Yeah. I've been doing this lately where I just get other systems that I've been buying and I just try to work it around with the Bears of Borderlands like setting and some of the mechanics. Like I just got Doc Flamingo's Age of Blood and Iron Light book, not just the other day.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking about
asking about character sheets or something.
Yeah, because I thought I had seen the character sheet in the back of the book, but I didn't see one online for the light version. Right. But apparently there is for just the normal version. So I'm probably just going to make like an Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to see about like how can I fit the stuff from Bears of Borderlands using these mechanics.
Well, okay, I only know what I know about Barrows, not Burrows.
Barrows and Borderlands, yes.
Is it's basically a slightly different Hyperborea.
It is
like it shares a lot of the same kind of tropes.
Yes, it is white box. Basically, he took kind of the setting from Keep on the Borderlands and just kind of filed it away so he didn't like get copyright claimed on it or anything.
Right.
So it's just instead of the Keep on the Borderlands, it's the Borderlands Keep is what it's called in the book to make it distinguished. But it is that old school white box D&D, but it's science fantasy. So there's robots and radiation and guns and stuff.
Right. How you doing, Bubba?
Hey, Bees and Bubba. Long time no see.
Hey, what up, Bubba?
I've been around. I've been busy.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Preaching to the choir.
You know about idle hands. But yeah. I mean, the more I talk to Shadow, the more I'm like, Arduin and Barrows and Borderlands, it's like these two games are doing the same thing. They're just doing it with a different kind of ancestry, if you will.
Yeah,
the guys.
I've got all the Arduin books, and they're not. I mean, they're neat, but it's a lot of gonzo, dude.
Yeah, he mentioned that he thinks that Arduin and Barrows and Borderlands it might be a lot more gonzo than
There's nothing gonzo about
Hyperborea.
Barrows and Borderlands. If you compare it to the stuff, if you want gonzo, I would look at Chult for that. And then if you compare this Barrows and Borderlands and Arduin to Chult, it's not gonzo at all.
Well, yeah, Chult, you got strawberry and banana people running around trying to kill people.
Yeah, man.
Arduin's got
But,
flying sharks.
I mean, that's
It's
not
just
that. I
like-
mean, that's pretty tame. A flying shark.
Do they
Well,
got-
in that system, you have like the technology, right? And in Hyperborea, you have technology, but it's super rare, and most of the players won't recognize that it's technology.
The Nicolagia.
Yeah. The Arduin guys were on Tenkar's Tavern last night talking about the game.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of that before I had to leave for my game I was playing in.
I don't really watch Tinker's Tavern very much.
Yeah, I watch the shorts. That's about it.
Yeah.
They could take
Nothing
a
against
conversation.
Tinkar at all. I
Wow.
just yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I mean, I think the reason I don't really watch a lot of his stuff is maybe he associates with somebody that I don't like.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Uh,
I don't.
like maybe one person.
I mean,
Me?
I associate with a bunch of people that hate each other. And yet, because I have this perfect gift of being able to piss off either side of the aisle. So,
It's a 10.
Well,
If my brother don't like him, I'm not associating with him.
It's not like that. It's just I don't care for their opinions on gaming. I don't know what in the hell they.
yeah, like, there's a bunch of people that I know that love the Basic Expert, but I despise the idiot.
Really, John?
He's the biggest. He's one of the biggest assholes I've ever came across in this
You know,
space.
you know, I have an issue with people who condescend a lot. He's a condescending prick. It's it.
Exactly.
It's no
Basic
redeeming quality. I used to
It's like
follow
he
stuff, but he goes into the genres and stuff I can't stand. I'm like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
he
But
acts,
that-
he's got a holier than thou attitude, which also makes me despise him more.
Huh?
He's got a holier than thou attitude, which makes me despise him more. Like he acts like he's some like elite of the OSR or some shit like that.
We got a lot of people do that though.
I
Yeah.
can't say that I agree with any of this, but hey, man. You
I mean,
guys-
that's fine. You don't have to
you
agree
guys
with me.
do
That's
your
what
own
makes you a good
over
friend.
there.
People rub me the wrong way. I just go chick chick chick. Blue block.
Yeah, like I thought. I didn't say it, but I thought. I didn't agree with DMB. I didn't agree with Beelzebub on his the thing about 10 TRPGs videos. But I mean, that I don't hate him for it.
Well, I'm
Tinzer.
highly opinionated, dude. I ain't got a problem with it.
Join the party.
Yeah,
I hate Bubba for so many other reasons than his opinions.
what is it? My tolerance of faggotry and commies, or no?
Commies aren't people.
There you go. You learning.
I just yeah, I'm actually really surprised about I didn't know anybody had any reason to dislike John. He always seemed cool to me, but then again, here's the thing. I have a hard time recognizing condescension.
Oh, I dude. There's people that's on here a lot that condescend a lot, and I just leave. I might leave your stream going in the other room and turn the volume off because I just don't want to hear it.
Yeah, see, when somebody's condescending, I guess, as you say, 90% of the time, I never will notice anybody's condescending. Especially if they're trying to do it like to me, because I don't know. Maybe I'm the condescender and I'm such a condescender that I can't recognize other condescenders. I don't think I'm condescending, except when I'm yelling at my brother.
I don't think you're condescending. I just think you're an asshole.
Well, I mean, no lies found, but
And I
I'm a
still love
smart-
you.
I'm a smart ass, not a dumbass, is what I like to say.
I'm a little bit of both.
Are you
but yeah, I mean,
sure?
no one
I like
wants to
telling
be
people
talked to like they're a dummy, though.
That's true.
I mean, if they don't want to be talked to like they're a dummy, then they shouldn't act like a dummy. I mean, that's the only thing I can really say about that.
Well, that's why I've always tried to be like, generous and the peacemaker and kind of, tolerate a lot of, and the older I get, the more tolerant I become of other people being stupid. But that's mainly because I recognize how stupid I used to be.
Yeah.
It's
I'm the
not-
exact opposite. I was way more tolerant when I was younger, and now I am.
Look at Andre, who's the communist on the helicopter. The only one not wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, to be honest, if you're going to off people and you want to make it personal, and make it ugly and painful.
Oh no, I think chucking people out of helicopters is fine.
Yeah, it's kind of personal when you grab somebody and throw them out of a helicopter.
Well,
I would
there's
take
nothing
that
more personal
personally.
or a beating, right? Because it takes a lot more effort. And you got to look them in the eye. And but actually, we all make that joke about Pinochet, but most of the bodies thrown out of helicopters were already dead. They were corpses. Very few were actually handcuffed and thrown in the water.
Either way, I'm good with either.
A
Yeah,
little too merciful for my people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pinochet wasn't pushing it enough.
and bro, you know my philosophy on people. I don't let them make me mad anymore. I just realized that everybody's retarded, and you're not allowed to be mad at retards.
Oh, I don't get mad. I just get, I don't have to put up with it no more, right? We're at that age we don't put up with bullshit we don't like anymore, right?
Exactly.
I'm at the age where, okay, the other day some Latter-day Saints came by, and I absolutely was really nice to them. That's the age I'm at.
Say what you will about Mormons, they're committed.
Yeah,
they're
and they
actually
were
outdoing-
nice guys, and I told them I really respect their dedication to family and everything like that, and they were like really thankful about that. And they asked me what or if I was a member of any church, and I told them, and they're like, "Oh, cool," but I could tell they had no idea what I was talking about. And then they're like, "Would you ever consider coming to our church?" And I was like, "Look, guys, don't take this the wrong way. I think you guys are nice guys, but you're heretics. So I could never go to your church."
Yeah, but if the rest of Christendom would be as committed as those bastards are, it'd be a different thing.
Oh, it would be lovely if everybody would be as nice as they are and have 20 kids and all that. But unfortunately, they deny the Trinity, and that means that,
It's a heresy.
they're heretics.
Oh, I agree with you. You're
And that's
preaching
just
to
a
the
minor thing they do. I mean, they also, their heaven is a pyramid scheme. So if you're a Mormon and you're really, really good, you get to be a god of your own world.
dude. You're preaching to the
Like-
choir.
I mean, but yeah, we lived there. Haas and I lived on Desert Ranch for a couple of years. Our friends were all Mormons, but
One of my buddies,
we never got into
Mormon.
that shit.
It's such a weird thing. At my gaming table that's in person, right? We have an evangelical, one agnostic, and everyone else is fucking not my brain, Pentecostals, and one Mormon. And the Mormon drives for the Amish as their Shabbos goy, basically. So we go round and around sometimes. I think me and the other guy, one of the guys, a Baptist. I go to Unity Baptist, but I got like a hybrid view of Christianity anyway.
The Mormon is the Shabbos goy for the Amish.
Yes, let that sink
That
in.
is
Isn't that
some shit I've
awesome?
never even heard of. Like,
But madness. They've expanded from Pennsylvania and Kansas into northeastern Kentucky, and they're you know how they do. Patriarchs move. You've got too many old hats in an area, and they'll take an older guy will say, well, me and my kin are going here. And they start a new Amish community. So we have 2 of those popping up here in Northeast Kentucky.
There were some kind of Mennonite near where we lived, but I don't know if they were Amish or Quakers or whatever the hell they
Mennonites
were.
don't
But
really- you can have a lot of Mennonites near you and not realize it because they don't get as big as like the Amish. I think.
yeah, I know they build a
Amish
lot of
do.
houses, and then you can buy them later, and they're like really well built
That's what-
houses.
Yeah, that's who I had to do all my work, dude. My deck this year, the guy did my this guy showed up with 1 kid. Him and his apprentice came on and took down and replaced all of my gutters in 6 hours. And I'm going to be using them again for all the stuff around my house. I only hire the Amish now.
Well,
They
the
used to-
Castrate.
they're good people, and they're very hard workers. They're very hard.
When I lived in Iowa, I used to drive the Amish up to Walmart and to the Menards and shit.
So you were the Chavez guy for the Amish.
Yeah, well, they pay you.
Oh yeah,
Well, I don't
They each
know
pay
if
by
I
the
talked to
mile.
you, Bubba, but
you're having your vehicle.
down
I think
here.
Mark's getting.
Oh, go ahead. Down.
Yeah, I think each group pays individually, right? As set by the patriarch. Because my buddy messed up his vehicle. He started with the Jeep, and then they went ahead and financed a loan for him through the Amish
Yeah.
for a multi-passenger van. So
See,
it's-
down here
they-
we have actual real Chavez Goy. There was a Holiday Inn very close to where I live, and during the High Holy Days, if you weren't Jewish, you could just go and hang out at the Holiday Inn, right? Because all of these Hasidim would rent rooms so they could have their big Seder dinner and all that together, right? And you could just hang out, and they would pay you tons of money to like flush their toilets and turn their lights on or off and their TVs on or off or all that. Like at that time, I couldn't be hired because I was Jewish, but like I seen a lot of people just hanging out, making tons of money over a weekend.
he's been to a few places with the Amish where he's not as welcome. So usually if he goes to anybody related, he can stay in the house, right? They put him up.
Yeah.
Or they'll pay for a hotel.
Right.
But he had one place, the guy wouldn't even have him in the house. They were up there for a wedding or something. He's like, no non-Amish in the house. You got to go.
I
thought that was kind of weird.
in Kentucky, I think my mom was telling me that they opened up an Amish restaurant,
Yeah.
Yes, there's several.
and it's like
bakeries are-
all Amish style food, and you just go in there and do your thing, and all the cooks and everything are these Amish women,
And
And
it's
they're-
slamming.
and they're in there like cooking pies and stuff, and just
And it's amazing.
sorry, Ultra TPGer.
And the
but,
food is amazing.
Yeah. My mom was saying that, but I know when I was young, you could drive down 27, and sometimes you would see where they'd set up on the side of the road, and they'd be selling like all kinds of produce and quilts and stuff,
And
But
apple
like I said,
butter.
apple butter. But
Yeah,
I didn't know if they were
we-
actual Amish or
Ask.
Yeah.
We have a couple who set up outside J&J's over
Sausage
on
pieces
23.
and bacon.
They always start small. They start small and then they'll have a business. But when they're moving to an area, they spend their time building and they'll have the roadsides. And then the next thing you know, there'll be a bakery or a restaurant eventually. When the community gets to a certain size.
I have
love it.
absolutely no problem with it. I've never heard of any area that got worse or suffered because some Amish moved in.
No.
It's like,
Either have a mosque next door or Amish neighbors. We all know the answers.
it's like, all right. I mean, whatever.
No.
One of the guys I worked with quite a bit and used to hang out with, and he lived down the street from us, was like an
Ezra.
Amish dude that when he left for what they call it, Rumspringer or whatever.
Yeah.
He just didn't go back.
Yeah.
But he was a hard working guy, man. He could like
Yeah, he had that badass Trans Am. When he went home, he had to park it a mile away from his parents' house.
Yeah. Yeah, he could literally do, like, if it was any kind of carpentry, this guy could do it.
You know, I worked for him for about a week, and I was younger and in shape. And you know, I was toting cinder blocks and shit at 16 and thinking that the job was fun and easy.
Right.
Working for that motherfucker, though.
You going to work?
Yeah, you don't work.
You know,
It was no joke.
But
I did find one kind of job they won't do. I couldn't even get them to do the plastered ceiling. I got a guy in West Virginia I'm tracking down who's going to do it.
plaster ceiling.
Yeah. Lathe and plaster ceiling.
Oh, that's old school, man. Jeez.
Yeah, my house is old. My house is like 150 years old.
Yeah.
So
I had a house that had that in it. And boy, let me tell you, when we decided to put sheetrock up and we decided to try to pull that shit off, it was like, woo.
It wasn't no joke.
Yeah, because it was rough cut. It was rough cut slat.
Heat. It's better. It's better than drywall across the board, except it takes 3 times as long to put it up.
Yeah, probably way more expensive because of all that. Because the stuff we had in the house was like freaking oak. The slats were oak, and then it had the
slats didn't come down. The plaster did, and I hit one. I hit the slats with my fist, and that was a mistake. I think it might be pine. Is it pine that gets harder over time?
I don't know.
You can't hardly. But I was going to do it myself, but through some connections to the VA, my wife found a guy that does plaster other side of between Huntington and Charleston. So we got to get a quote. Probably another cash job.
Yeah, you know, you don't see that a lot. But cool. But yeah, you really don't see people doing plaster very much.
Yeah, my house was not here originally. It was moved a few blocks in 1950 to where it sits now.
Right.
Oh, it's older and dirt. I like it. We got a fireplace that's covered up in the middle of the house. I wouldn't mind knocking the walls out and putting the fireplace in. But the more I look at it,
our old farmhouse had didn't have a fireplace, but it had like in the middle of the living room, it had like a little 4-inch tall like thing of stone and a Franklin stove on it.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a fireplace, but we had that Franklin stove, and that's how we heated the house in the winter. And let me tell you, it didn't work great. But
they're usually good for
grandpa would sleep on the couch, and he'd only like cover with a sheet. And the reason was if like the fire got too low and it started getting really cold, the cold would wake him up.
Yeah.
And then he would wake up and throw a bunch more wood in the oven or the stove, and then go back to bed. And then my grandma, she cooked everything she cooked on a wood burning stove. It had a big flat top, and then it had like where there was like 2 different compartments that you put the wood in to burn.
Yep.
And like one of them was if you wanted to bake something, and the other one was to heat the flat top. And that's
what the Amish use. I forget what they call it.
Beautiful, but I bet one of those things would cost you thousands of dollars today.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it still does. That's what the Amish use.
Yeah. Yeah. In the modern day, you could probably buy 10 brand new modern ovens for the price of that thing. I mean, and you want to talk about heavy, that thing, once you install it, it's staying installed.
Yeah, but the thing is, you buy it once.
Yeah.
You're going to go through how many stoves in your lifetime? You buy one of those, it's more of a pain in the ass to use it, but it's going to last forever.
Forever.
You can go into it 1800s house, find one, restore it, and use it for another 100 years.
Yeah, because that stove had probably been in there over 100 years. I mean, you know, like I said, I dated my family back to the Crown Colony of Virginia, 1600 and something. Of course, it wasn't Virginia because it was Pulaski County in the Crown Colony of Virginia, which is now Pulaski County, Kentucky.
Yeah, I was just watching something about Harlan this morning.
The wars and everything
Holler.
in Harlan.
Huh?
All the wars, everybody leaving.
No, it was on the Haunted Hauler or something up there.
Oh yeah, Harlan, man.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know if you ever heard of the town of Bethel.
I know where Bethel is. I've been there.
Yeah, and like back in the 1800s, some satanic priest and his cult moved into Bethel, and supposedly they've been down there ever since. And like the vast majority of people who live in Bethel are part of their satanic church or whatever, or whatever old god they worship from Europe, you know, because the thing is, so many people came from the British Isles and stuff, and they brought their paganism with them. And then they hid down in the hollers and did what they do. Mobius, you changed your, you're on. Yeah, okay. Never mind. You're on Rumble. I was like, you changed your thing.
I got to fix all these maps. That's the one downside of a VTT, man. You got to, if they don't make a VTT map, you got to go in and fix it. Or they'll see your secret doors.
Now, when I was much, much younger, man, my uncle took me out into the middle of the forest and he showed me what they called the witch's graveyard. And it was way out in the middle of the forest, and it was all kinds of tombstones, some of them very old and some of them not so old. And like a lot of them had like pentagrams and all kinds of crazy shit on the tombstones. And now, could I find that place today? No.
If you
And
want to find that
my
place
uncle
today.
has passed.
I go for hikes, man, but it wears me out when I go for hikes. It just whoops my ass anymore.
Well, my uncle took me down there purposely.
He's gonna get rid of you.
No, well, no,
I know how
it
you
was
work.
more of a, hey, do you want to see something? It's almost like that freaking.
You'll go down to the river and see a body.
What's the movie that Will Wheaton was in when he's like 10?
Stand by
It's
me.
called Stand By Me.
It was
Yeah,
a
that's
Stand
what it
By
is.
Me situation. You know, my uncle, who, because of my grandma's extreme fertility, was only a couple years older than me. And he found this place somehow, probably through one of his brothers. And it was one of those, hey, do you want to see something really creepy? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, we leave in the morning because there's no way we'll get caught in the night out there. And I was like,
Yeah, don't tell Mom.
okay. And he's like, also bring a pistol or a rifle or something. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to sound a little like, and sure as shit, he drove us way down near Rock Creek. And then he parked the car, and then we walked for like freaking hours. And then we came to this place, and it was like, I mean, you know, we walked through it and looked, and we're just like, what? And the actual, and then we left because it was like, yeah, let's not hang out here. You know, this place don't feel right, you know, but
Yeah.
and,
Now, when you're out in the woods, you gotta watch out for weird holes. If you start finding like these half-buried freaking 5-gallon buckets, it's time to bounce.
well, yeah.
It's gross. It's a gross sight. You got to slow down because they leave booby
No,
traps
booby
everywhere.
trap the
You don't
shit
want-
out of that. That's a huge problem in the Daniel Boone National Forest area.
Yeah.
They go way back in the woods in the National Forest and cook them up some grow sites, you know, cut all the trees down in just a little area so that like some sunlight can get through. And then
find it interesting that they can't find those freaking grow sites, but if you're illegally camping off the middle of nowhere, suddenly you got a game warden right up your asshole.
Well,
Ridiculous.
that's because, as you and I both know, that the cops are paid off.
Yeah, the campers don't pay the bribes.
It's kind of like back when the county we lived in was a dry county. Some people never got harassed by the cops, no matter how much moonshining they were doing or whatever. And some people were constantly being harassed by the cops. And the reason was that the one group of moonshiners was ratting out the other group.
Yeah.
And thereby using the
County
cops to basically get rid of their competition.
Greenup County was dry until 5 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Haas might know better when they stopped being a dry county up where Mom lives.
It's been about, I don't know, 15, 20 years.
But growing up, yeah,
So
it was a dry county.
Last wet before Greenup County.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it had they had morality laws too.
I think you still need morality laws to be
Yeah.
Not only did
Not that they would
dry
enforce
county,
Yeah, not that they would enforce them.
yeah, they wouldn't. But
At the core, all law is morality law.
right. But their morality law was like you couldn't buy pornography.
Good.
So like
be banned. Pornography shop.
So like I agree 100%. But it's like they have that whole no, that actually there's nothing more to say to that. You couldn't buy any kind of liquor and you couldn't buy nudie books.
I don't think you should be able to buy pornography now.
No, me neither.
Well, Friar Seraphim Rose says that, well, he passed away, that pornography is the devil's iconography.
Yeah.
So, you know.
As a young man, you're all about the titties, and then you get older, you're like, wait a minute, this is a trap.
Yeah, those things that boobs are attached to are just mean.
Yeah, it's
The Mobius
spiritual
does
and
up in
a-
Canada, they have dry reservations. That is the same in America.
Yeah.
Yes, they absolutely freaking need it. The thing people don't like to talk about in the United States, because there's still people laboring under the delusion of the noble savage, is that on some of those reservations out west, like most young women will be SA'd before they even turn 18. And generally it will be by a relative. And half of them are alcoholics or on hard drugs or involved in all kinds of shit. If you drive through a reservation out there, it will look like the worst trailer park you have ever been to. Like just messed up trailers, all jacked up, people laying out in their front yard drunk, dogs everywhere, trucks on freaking cinder blocks. I mean, are there a few Indians that have made millions of dollars with their casinos? Yes. And they do give that money to the people on the res, who immediately try to buy drugs and shit with it and become a bunch of dicks. Which is
They
why
don't get
res
as much
cops-
as they say they're going to, though.
Yeah, the res cops, they're always having to fight with these assholes. I mean, they're the worst, man. They are bad. The only thing that's good about it is if you're a white guy, you can pretty much go to the res and hook up with, like, you know, an Indian chick and no one will look at you sideways, really. Even though you see these guys on TV talking about how much they hate whitey, but you can roll in there and bang every one of their women. They ain't going to do shit. But if you're a black guy and you show up on the res, yeah.
And they go, my rights. I'm like, you're on a res, bro. You ain't got no rights.
I love that when you see these black people and they're up there talking about, we need to stick together, the indigenous people and the brown and the black. And it's like, bitch, go to a res and see how quick that shit flies right out the window. Those guys do not like you. They will tolerate white dudes there, and especially white women, because they love the white women. But man, if you are a brother and you roll in there thinking you're sleeping with their women or some shit, 2 people are getting their asses whipped, you and the woman. That shit is not tolerated with them. But it is what it is, man. Well, Haas knows more about it since he lived on a res a little bit with a girlfriend.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, one of my buddies.
And the Lakota
did
Sioux
too.
are supposed to be some of the worst of the bunch, and they never even batted an eye. Because, I mean, I don't know why. Maybe deep down inside, they remember what we did to them in the 1800s, and they're just like, nah, leave that guy alone.
Well,
You
it
know?
was mean, you know.
Well, yeah, everybody loved you, though.
I'm special, bitch.
Yeah, I've heard of that because they, I guess, can get the cigarettes like tax-free and then sell them. And
Yep.
Without additives, too.
yeah,
Without additives. It's not really as much the tobacco, in my opinion. It's all damn additives, preservatives.
yeah, there are a lot of tribes that, like the Seminoles here in Florida, who are actually awesome. They have casinos and they own stuff like that, and they take care of their people. So if you go down to their reservation, it's not quite like the ones out in Oklahoma and shit like that.
The tribes in Louisiana are like that too. They're real close knit and community oriented.
Well, another great thing about the Seminole tribe is they 100% support the FSU Seminoles, and they in return, the FSU gives them scholarships and like stuff. So they have this relationship. And when you see the Seminole Indian guy come out before a game on the horse and throw the spear down, and they're doing that, that guy is a Seminole.
Yep.
You know, they actually, either he's going to school and he's being chief whatever, or as a character on the side, or they have a guy come in with his horse to do that whole. Because I mean, Haas and I and my deceased friend, we went to a Seminole Notre Dame game, and you know, Notre Dame, bless their hearts, they came out with the guy dressed up like a leprechaun dancing around. And it was like, okay, that's something, you know, and he's dancing around and whatever. And then he steps off the field and you hear the drum start. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? And you see this guy come out, buckskin pants, painted up in war paint, feathered headdress on his white horse. And he starts riding that horse around the field and working everybody up. And then he runs into Notre Dame's end zone, throws the spear down and starts whooping and carrying on. And it's like, Notre Dame, you need to up your game. You need to
up your
because the FSU, their little starting thing was just like.
But they tried so hard on that game. It was, yeah.
That was a good game. It sucks that
for the Seminoles.
Here costs $8, but otherwise it was a good game.
It was a good game for a Seminoles fan.
Yeah, it was. The Seminoles wrecked them so hard. Wrecked them, hell, nearly killed him. But yeah, so that's the thing down here is the Seminoles don't whine, they don't bitch, they don't complain. They're integrated into the culture, and they pay back to the state and the culture, you know. So
yeah.
If you're out walking around in Florida and you run into a Seminole, I mean, it's like, hey, how you doing, bro? And they, how you? And then you just keep stepping, you know. It's like not a big deal.
Yeah.
In Kentucky, where I lived, there was sort of a weird kind of almost hero worship for Cherokee.
Right.
You know, and everybody claims to have a Cherokee grandma, even though I don't think anybody actually does.
Well, that's who we bought my great grandmother from, so we're pretty sure she was Cherokee. But they wouldn't be selling her if she's Cherokee. She's probably Creek.
Yeah, if they sold her, then she's probably not part of their tribe. But
she did something bad.
Unless she did something really bad. But a lot of these legends I talk about, like supernatural shit, come from Cherokee.
Yeah.
who passed it down. Now they could just be fucking with the white man, as Bear says. But I noticed they don't go to those places that they tell us not to go to either.
Yeah. They
I mean?
back up. I avoid it for a reason, and you should too.
Yeah, if they tell you this place is haunted and all effed up, I mean, you're not going to see them hanging out down there.
Yeah. Especially the areas where the moon peoples were strong at.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Kentucky and
Eastern Kentucky, Eastern Tennessee, parts of North and South Carolina, and parts of
We got
North
a-
Georgia, right?
we got a snake circle here in Boyd County. It predates the serpent circle up in Ohio. It's older.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a
the
marathon.
Cherokee said
Oh,
that the moon people were there before they showed up.
Mhm.
And the Cherokee showed up there a long time ago. So they moved into the region and those guys were already there, you know?
The only people who permanently put down roots in Kentucky for tribes were mainly Pawnee and Shawnee along the Ohio and the fringes of the Appalachian and the southern part of the state. But for the deep interior, a lot of them didn't go there as much.
Yeah, I learned that when I was in school up in Kentucky about how a lot of the tribes that lived in land surrounding Kentucky kind of viewed Kentucky as like haunted by
Cursed.
spirits and shit like that. And they would bury their dead there, but they wouldn't actually ever permanently.
Well, they would go there for extended times, but they wouldn't stay there for a long time.
Right.
So like extended school trips for several seasons, and then your ass moved. But they considered it cursed.
Yeah. That was like a haunted land, and they didn't want any part of it.
Kentucky's weird and awesome.
I think the weirdest and most awesome state.
Yeah.
Of course,
I will agree with that.
for me, Kentucky ends where the hills do. So all those poor guys over there in Kentuckiana and all that feel bad for you if you're in Paducah, but are you really
Yeah, that's what.
are you really from
Perfect.
Kentucky if you live in Paducah? I don't know.
Oh man, that's hard. That's where Hawktua girls from.
Oh my God. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know?
It's like Louisville. We all just we tolerate Louisville because it's a Midwestern town. It's on our dirt. Fucking flatlanders.
Yeah, but it's like you don't know about Kentucky. You may as
Yeah.
well be
I
from
grew up in
Indiana
Green
or
County.
Ohio. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I live in Ashland now, and it's that Appalachian Rust Belt region. We have haulers and hills and flat. So,
Well, yeah, that's like in Northeast, right?
yeah. You don't get any more northeast than Ashland. I can see 2 other states from here. So,
Right.
yeah,
Ohio and West Virginia.
you know,
Whereas
yeah, I'm 2 minutes from Huntington and probably 10 minutes from Ironton, Ohio, or 25 minutes from Portsmouth.
yeah, where we are, the closest state to us is Tennessee
Yeah.
because we're
I like that
way
area,
more
Tennessee,
south.
Virginia, Kentucky. That Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky area. We've been our last 2 outings were down in that area around Black Mountain and stuff. So we might go
Black
back
Mountain,
again.
tallest mountain in the Appalachians, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember they started hanging signs up on Black Mountain being all like, there's no rangers or anything here. So if you go up this mountain and die, I mean, sorry about your luck. You know?
Yeah. We go the, BLM roads and the land management roads and the wildlife management roads.
Yeah.
So we could go watch bears and quiet, Got to see about a half dozen of them.
Yeah, because there used to be Black Mountain, there used to be like campgrounds and stuff, and
The bears kept getting them.
that shit
We had to
went
stop
away
on the highway twice because the bears crossed the damn thing.
You know, my
We had a
grandma.
bear, we had a
when
bear
I was
cross
very-
the road in front of us the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah. The population's exploding for black bear, man.
Yeah. yeah, it is.
They're going to double the lottery in Kentucky for hunting them. I kind of want to go get me some bear because they're delicious.
Well, I can tell you this: I'm 100% sure my grandma did not win a lottery to shoot a black bear, but I know for a fact when I was a kid she did.
Well, if they're on your property, they're a menace. And once a bear knows where there's food, they won't go away, dude.
Ever.
So the rubber bullets that the damn game wardens will give you, useless. If they keep coming back for the food, they will keep coming back for food until the food's not there for at least 2 seasons.
Yep.
You're stuck with the motherfuckers.
She shot the
But they're big
bear. It was hanging out down near the spring where our water come from. And it'd been there a little while, and it was cold, and we had to carry water up by hand. So she went down there and just shot him.
Did you guys eat it? Because I
Yeah.
think bear's delicious.
Yeah. I don't think it's okay. I mean, it's like up in Alaska, they do it up. Like bear meat in Alaska, they like season it up and make chili out of it and all kinds of shit. But
Braised rump roast.
I can't imagine eating a bear steak though. I'd be like,
Well, one with bear, you got to cook bear very well done because it's full of parasites.
That's why I do
Yeah.
always do it slow on braising and stuff. So anytime I'm doing like a big hunk of game meat, it's going to be like 12 hours at least.
right.
Yeah.
And I think, Haas, that's probably why so many people in Alaska grind it up.
Yeah.
And then they kind of use it like you would hamburger.
Yeah. When I had bear in Alaska, it was ground up with beef fat and they made it into burger.
Really? They added beef fat to it?
Yeah. It was a little leaner than they wanted it for the burger.
Yeah.
That's why you go for the haunch, man. Yeah.
You need that fat in there. It's like deer. We used to make venison sausage, and you got to add like a good amount of pork fat to it. Otherwise, it will not become sausage. As soon as it'll just crumble out of that. Like parasites are just free friends. You'll never be alone.
Okay. Someone would have died.
I got enough friends. And I'm talking about parasites.
I got grandsons here. I should probably pop off. I can hear them in the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I only want to have 2 today.
I
got 1 done. That's enough for today. It's a pain in the ass.
It might depend. Like, I don't know. Bear meat, it might depend on what kind of bear it is, what part of the season.
What time of year? I want to get them in the spring before they hibernate, because once they come out hibernation, they're lean.
Yeah, they're not. They have no fat on them.
It's tasty.
Yeah,
you want to get them right before they take the big nap.
You want to get them right before they get the nap, when they're all full of, all that fat from everything they've been running around and eating.
Well, you don't want to get too close, because then you got to clean out their colon, and they stuff all the dirt and detriment up their ass. Not pleasant.
But like the black bears I've seen, and believe it or not, Florida has one of the highest populations of black bears.
Yeah, they can do marshland.
They're barely bigger than a big dog.
Yeah, it's hard to see 400 pounds or more anymore.
Yeah, they're not really super big, and they're generally, not that I'm saying run up and try and hug one, but generally they'll run off if if you stand your ground and yell at them, they'll leave.
Yeah, the only bears that really run you down or at first sight would be Kodiak and polar bears.
Yeah, polar bear wants to eat you right off the bat. He don't care.
Yeah,
and then a brown bear, I have learned, it just kind of depends how they're kind of vibing that day,
I'm gonna pop off here, hang out with my grandkids, guys.
Okay.
Later,
Bubba.
Some days the brown bear, he's like good, things are good. He's had plenty of food. He's like whatever, and they'll just stand by the river and watch you fish. And if you throw fish down the bank, they'll come up and get fish, but they'll leave you alone. And then other days, people are out there camping and fucking around, and a big brown bear will just eat them because, Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're really thinking about what they do. I think they just do. So, yeah, I definitely do not recommend playing games with big brown bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, they that's why everyone in Alaska carries a gun. Even you go fishing, you got 357. I'll tell you what, you don't got 9mm,
Nope.
because that 9mm will just piss him off before he
Yeah,
bites your head off.
Yeah, if you don't get like all of the shells into him, you might as well just give up. Be like, sorry, man.
Yeah,
Sorry about your luck.
You need something that can penetrate the engine block of a truck.
Yeah, you need
That's a
like
big
357, 45, 44.
Yeah. I wouldn't even do 45 unless I was doing like 45 long.
Yeah. And
Like
about
45, 50 or whatever.
and about 15 of them.
Yeah, well, you know, as many as my lever action rifle would hold. You know what I'm saying? Because that's if I were up there, I would definitely want one of those lever action scout rifles that's in like 45, 50 or 300 Magnum. Which, I mean,
Yeah.
it'll blow your shoulder out if you shoot it a lot, but there's nothing in North America that thing won't put down one shot. If you get
It
one
might
shot
blow
center
your-
mass, it's going to lay down.
Yeah, it might blow your shoulder out, but it'll keep your ass alive.
Yeah, you'll be alive. Yeah, and I'm not saying it would blow your shoulder out. It's just they do kick like a mule.
Yeah, I'd rather be alive with no shoulder than dead with both shoulders.
Yeah, and you can get I think you can get that lever action in like 44 long or some shit.
Yeah, they
44 long
actually
Colt, which is like a
they've
44
actually-
Magnum on crack.
Marlin actually has a rifle that's rated for freaking velociraptors.
Well, the scout rifle I'm talking about, and I don't think it's Marlin. It might be though. It's a repeater with a lever action repeater. It holds like 7 rounds, but the rounds are just like
Oh yeah.
elephant gun rounds. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people in like Wyoming and that part of the world that are hunting guides, they carry these rifles. And their goal is to never actually have to fire it. But if a grizz runs up on you, guess what you're going to do? You're going to blow a hole in him big enough to put your whole damn head through. And
And hopefully he falls down.
Oh, I'm telling you, if you hit him with 45-50, he's falling.
Oh no, he will fall eventually. He
No,
might
he's
not fall
falling
right
then.
away.
As soon as that round fires like a 400 grain bullet. I mean, I'm talking about literally it's a lever action elephant gun.
Yeah, but bears are angry little fuckers.
Oh, they're angry, but they're not as big as an elephant.
That's true. They're mean. Have you ever seen a flock of elephants?
A flock of elephants.
Yeah.
I don't think they call a flock of. I don't think they're called a flock.
What are they called?
I think a group of elephants is a parade or something like that. I think flocks have to always be birds.
See, I thought anything could be a flock, like a flock of cows.
Or a flock of flocka.
Yeah.
No. Flock of cows is a herd, bro. Well, you never worked on the ranch. Never mind.
I heard of cows before. I seen a flock the other day. I'm such an uncle.
I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna lay down after that. You fucking walked me right into that.
Yeah, I did too, didn't I?
I heard the cows. I saw a flock of them the other day. Jeez. I don't know whether to be like impressed or like cringe.
A little of both, I'm thinking.
Yeah, a little both. I'm impressed at how you totally walked my autistic ass right into this stupid joke. It's my fault for taking everything at face value all the time. I should have known better. I should have known.
I flocked your ass right into that.
You know why? Because I never think anyone's saying anything that they're not saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when people say stuff to me, I always think that they're being genuine. And so I'm really easy to get the uncle jokes on because I'm like, what?
There ain't nothing wrong with a good uncle joke every once in a while.
Oh no. I love a good uncle joke. Hey, I saw something that's actually funny that I didn't imagine could be funny.
What's that?
Saturday Night Live being funny.
You know, it happens every great once in a while.
No, this happens every time almost. The two guys that do Weekend Update.
Oh, yeah.
You got the black dude and the white dude, and I guess they write jokes for each other.
Yeah, and the black dude always writes like really racist jokes.
And the white. Well, do you know who the white guy is married to?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. So I'm watching this, and the joke comes up, and it's like, sadly, Arby's has decided they're going to get rid of their big beef sliced beef burger or whatever, right?
And like, I don't have to worry about that because after my wife had her kid, I get roast beef every night.
And the white guy's like, yeah, I'm not concerned. I eat roast beef every night since the wife had kids. And she was there.
Yeah, and then he's like, you know I'm playing baby girl. You know I don't go downtown.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, crass, crude, but horrible, and also funny. And then the white guy writes jokes that make the black guy seem racist.
Or just like always mess around with whores.
Yeah, and like so basically these two guys riff off each other really good.
Oh, you seen the one where he's talking about Superman? Oh yeah. The black dude writes a bunch of Superman jokes for the white dude.
Yeah.
It's like Superman's gonna be black. Spelled the Man of Steel spelled STEAL.
Yeah. I saw the one and it was like, what do you do when you married a movie star and her career ends? And the white dude's like, hey baby, that can't happen. I still need you to pay the bills or something.
Yeah.
And Scarlett Johansson's just sitting there looking. It's like, oh my God. See, I thought Scarlett Johansson was married to the director, but no, that's the chick from Raccoon City, whatever that was called.
Silent
you know
Hill.
what I'm talking about? She was in like
Mila Jovovich, Silent Hill.
Silent, yeah. So basically, the only reason she's actually famous is because her husband's a director. And
dude, she was in Fifth Element.
Right. He puts her in like everything he does. So
and she was in that movie Dazed and Confused.
That's why there's like 10 what's it called? Resident Evils.
Yeah.
Because her husband keeps getting the financing and then like immediately casts her in whatever shitty Resident Evil movie that he's making.
Hey, can you blame him? He's double dipping.
Oh, look at this guy over here in the chat.
He's getting that double bubble.
Hey, did you hear what I said?
Look at this guy in the chat.
In the chat.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Mobius?
No, under Mobius.
Not your Echo?
Oh my God.
Oh, Jarhead.
Yeah. What is
What
up, homie? We're just bullshitting around, not really talking about anything serious today. I think I got a lot of my seriousness out yesterday when I went into detail about, the Epstein thing and the various conspiracies involved and the difficulty in having opinions about it without being called anti-Semitic by people, and how you're not supposed to like believe your lying eyes that a huge portion of the people involved happen to be of a particular subset of the culture, stuff like that. That's the worst, right? When somebody tells you can't tell the truth because you might offend somebody, and it's like, well, then obviously,
Let those fuckers be offended.
yeah, to quote Suicidal Tendencies, I'm sorry if I offended you, but maybe you need to be offended. Is she in risky business with Tom Cruise? I don't think that's her. I kind of know who you're talking about, but no, I don't think that was her. But bear in mind, oh, look at that. Yeah, Hank sent me a message and he's like, "What are you doing in the hot tub?" And I said, "Look, man, we're having a Yakuza meeting." And then he's like, "Oh, okay." Because I don't know if he thought it was some kind of weird shit going on. And he's like, "What is going on in that hot tub?" And I'm like, I'm a Japanese gangster now. So, Hungar, was Scarlett Johansson in risky business? I don't think she was.
No, she wasn't.
I can almost see who it was, too.
Yeah, she wasn't.
I think that'd be way before her time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, she wasn't in risky business.
I mean, Tom Cruise, even though he looks like he's still 25, I think he's got to be getting near to 70, right?
He is an old bastard.
Yeah, he was in movies when you and I were barely in our teens. And we're 50. So if he was in a movie when we were in our teens, let's assume in Legend he was 18 years old, then he's 5 years older than we are.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, that homeboy is 60 years old. And yet he looks amazing. Even at 60, the guy just he's like what's his name? The Karate Kid. He just don't age.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio. You see him, he's 70 years old. He looks like he's 20. It's like, geez, man. He got himself some good genes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because he just decided he wasn't never going to get old and then didn't. It's like, okay. Respect,
Yeah, those are some problems to have.
Right? When you just never age. Like, there's people out there like that too, man. Well, think about this. Okay. How old is Melania Trump?
I don't know.
I would say she's got to at least be our age, if not more. You see what I'm saying? Oh, Mila Jovovich. Okay. So if she is at least our age.
Risky business was Rebecca De Monet.
Yeah. Do you remember Ricky Gervais when they're trying to ask Carl about making a movie and he wanted to cast like the guy he said doesn't even exist. And then the female lead was going to be Rebecca De Mornay. And Ricky starts just fucking with Carl. He's like, oh, great. Let's put a person who hasn't been in a movie in 40 years. Fucking, he's like, And this Brant Charleston, who is he? And it was because Carl was trying to say Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
but he got the name wrong. Because apparently somebody from the BBC or somewhere in Britain actually has meetings with Carl Pilkington to ask him for ideas for movies. Like, you know, he pitches them ideas for movies, right? And then he tells Ricky Gervais about the movies he pitched to him. And Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant then immediately rip him a new ass. You know, like
Melania
this
is
movie was called The Love of a Brain.
Melania is 55, dude.
So she's older than me.
Yeah.
Still 100% bangable though.
Oh, smash. I'd be like a pit bull. I'd bite her ass and then I'd pry my jaws apart with a stick. Actually, I'd probably prematurely ejaculate all over the place and hold my head down in shame and embarrassment.
No. If that happens, what you need to do is just run.
I'd be like, hey, bitch, it don't matter. I got off.
Right? And then, like, as soon as it happens, you're just like, oh, shit, my phone went off. Oh, shit, I got to get out of here. Just take off. Fucking. And then when you get home, you can cry. But never cry in front of.
Throw it up in a shower.
Yeah, that's when you go and curl up in the shower and you cry.
And just weep. Weep like a little girl with a skint knee.
Yeah. But if you know it's going to happen, even though you don't need it, you grab a little blue pill.
Yeah.
So that if it does happen and she looks a little disappointed, you can be like, don't worry, baby.
There's more.
I was just getting the first one out of the way. Now it's for number 2. And this one's going to take a while. It almost sounds like this is some shit that like people have plotted out and thought about.
Oh, I've thought about it.
And been like, okay, what to do.
Well, Tits McGee herself.
Who?
You know who?
Who?
Blonde hair, big titties.
Blonde hair and big titties. Yeah, that does not.
She's got great genes. Sydney Sweeney, baby.
Oh, okay. Okay.
People like.
Unfortunately, she's been in a relationship with the same dude since like high school. So, yeah.
You know what? She's in a relationship since high school with me in my mind and fantasies.
I don't know. She's super hot, but
her and Anna de Armas together, yeah.
I would feel a little weird about it because, like, she's so young. You know, I'd be like, nah, I can't do that.
That's what I like about her. I get older and she stays the same age. All right. All right.
Exactly. See, you need to be more like his character from True Detective.
What? Drunk and manipulative?
Well, you forgot also incredibly nihilistic.
And super intelligent.
Yeah, never mind. I'm asking too much.
Yeah. And on that note, I'm going to bounce out, brother.
Well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving. I'm not staying here alone.
Yeah, it's nap time for Bonzo if I'm going to be playing tonight.
Okay. All right.
I love you.
I know that. So I'll talk to you later then.
Yep. Deuces, everybody. Like they say in France. Allah Akbar.
And everyone else, thank you for hanging while me and my brother argued about stupid shit, I guess.
Jarhead, it was good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you. And Yep. I got shit to do, so